And she has to understand that if she's going to put you in that equation, that she has to allow you to be in a position to lead and try to clean up the mess that she's made of her life.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
No, I got you. I don't know. But you guys think too, like, I mean, with like, I know we do this a lot, but like, and you think like the whole, like, because of all the dating apps too, it makes, like both for a guy and a girl, just, because guys like can go on an app and you can choose from a lot of girls, the same from a girl, you can choose from a lot of guys. Do you think that kind of affects the dating dynamic these days?
Absolutely. Yeah, I can't even express it in the words.
Yeah, absolutely, bro. Absolutely.
I mean, because I mean, sometimes, like, see, like, I meet someone, but, like, it's like I still think I should meet someone better, and I'm sure a girl probably would think the same way, too. And I think until, like, you finally meet, I think you eventually would, I guess, after, hanging up, going on the ass for a while, just meeting a bunch of people, dating, sleeping around, whatever, I think you eventually do, but, like, I think I think the dating apps kind of prolong that process. I could be wrong, and it's also keep people from being more talking in public, because I don't know, I just feel like the dating apps too it's like, it's like, I mean, I don't know if this affects what way I think about things, but I think it keeps guys from wanting to talk to girls because they don't need to do it because they got the apps.
I'd like to say something about what you said, and this is a suggestion, and this is something that we have to practice every day because we're human. You said that you could mess around with a chick on a dating app, but in the back of your mind you feel like you can do better, and then you said that she probably feels the same way. I want you to erase that.
Okay.
And this is a suggestion, and this is something that I have to work on too. What I'm saying is there is no better than you. You have to think that way. Mm-hmm. You always have to understand, as you age, Rob, you continue to invest in yourself and your mind, etc. You're going to be building value. So you have to understand there's nobody better for you with somebody who is compatible with you, because you're going to be consistently building value. She's not building any value. She's accepting what she's being given. You're going to be taking what you want. That's the difference, bro. Women can only take what they want based on what they have between their legs, bro. That's the only thing that's valuable. But what happens, Rob, when you are on your purpose, things are more important than what's in between their legs, like me and Afi. We enjoy it. We still want it, but that's like number 5 on the list, bro.
That's agreed. That's where I'm at right now, man.
That's what I'm saying. So,
I can
it is what it is.
Hey, shout out to Googs. Googs. Both y'all know Googs. So, yeah. I talked to Googs earlier, and we would just shout out to him. And he was just basically saying, we was just vibing like the women. He was just like, he just wants success and money. Bro. And Googs is a stud. I met him in real life. No homo. He's like Hulk Hogan, and he got swag and stuff. He's a white stud. Like, so he ain't got to show me one he dealt with. I just could look at him and be like, yeah. So for him to be like, shit, I don't even care nothing about it. Like, man, that's myself, because I don't either. But I can't even preach it to people, because people, not very few people get here. People be saying they on their purpose and stuff, but it means when we're saying it, it means different than what they're saying it. When they say it on they're in a purpose, that just means that they're just taking care of their business. Mm-hmm. This is not taking care of my business. This is life-changing shit that I'm saying, doing, interacting with, thinking about. This isn't just keeping myself busy.
Mm-hmm.
You know what he said too? Yeah. I didn't mean to cut you off. You know what Afi just said? I want to explain this, because again, this is how I learned. I'm sorry, man. I always have to repeat it out loud. But he said that most people that have purpose confused. Most people they're on their purpose for the end result, to get a chick, to get that beautiful girl that wasn't looking at them. But when you get to a point, Rob, like Afi, myself, and some other guys that are on their purpose because this is what life is all about. It's not about getting a woman, because in hindsight, Rob, when you're doing what you're supposed to be doing, you're going to get the woman regardless. Mm-hmm. So at the end of the day, when you're on your purpose, you're not focused on what you are focused on now. You're going to be in a better place because there's no pressure. Look what we talked about earlier about kind of scaling back from all the things that you have. Don't be a master. Don't be a jack of all trades, master of none. Become a master of one, then master something else to eventually become a master of it all. You know what I'm saying? That's how you got to do it.
Rock on, and I 100% with you that. And I want to like talk about something you just mentioned, bring something up based on what you just said. There, you mentioned something about like a lot of guys do focus on their purpose for the girl. I mean, I believe I did actually. That's what kind of got me going on the purpose. But after a while, I realized nothing for me because you can't make it about the girl. You make it about you.
Mm-hmm.
If you make it about the girl, you're going to be, your expectations are going to be let down. If you're doing all this and you don't get the girl.
And you know what's crazy too, Rob? When you do something for a girl, every girl wants something different, right? So let's say you're doing something for a woman and it doesn't work out, then you got to do it for somebody else. I think AFI left, and then you got to do it for somebody else. That means you're never going to be consistent on your goal. You're going to be switching your goal for everybody. Some people like their coffee dark. Some people like it light. Some people like it with 2 sugars. Some people don't like it with any sugar. So when you're doing something for somebody else, you're constantly changing. And as you know, or shouldn't, or if you don't know, goals and success takes. Now you good, brother. Goals take a long time, and success comes from consistency. So if you are always doing something for yourself, for the betterment of yourself, it is a woman's job to understand what you're doing and want to be a part of that. If she is willing to be a part of that, that's something that you would consider to compromise for. You build your confidence by doing things your way. As long as it's a good way, right? You're not ignorant, but as long as it's a good way, that way you can become and know that what you've built was by your own hands, not by somebody else. And they will have to adjust to be able to fit in your life and complement your life, bro, not be a complication.
100%, as my buddy AFI would say. That's freaking a kick ass. What you said was super kick ass. But like I said, like I actually, first, like you can't make your purpose, you do it just, because you're thinking about girls. You gotta do it for you, Same with your girl. Like you gotta make it about you, not But I don't know. Like I just, it's weird how people these days they fail to like look at themselves. They put other, not just girls, but other people before them. Like, and that's sad. Like it causes a lot of stress, fear, and anxiety for a lot of people.
You know what's crazy, and you know why that is, bro? It's hard. For me, I in the past I found that it was hard for me to look at myself through my own eyes versus other people's eyes, because people's eyes, like family, for instance, when you're following their programming, you're the best. They give you unconditional love, but in actuality, it's actually conditional. And it causes you not to grow. It's conditional because they will continue to show you love as long as you are filling the narrative that they want you to fill. But when you start bettering yourself, when you start investing, they talk about you doing coaching, you doing all this type of stuff. They're gonna ask you why. Why you don't need that type of stuff, but they're living a life that you no longer want to live, bro. So at the end of the day, man, you have to make sure that you understand that you have to do things for yourself that makes you feel good. And what did we talk about earlier before AFI came on? The best way to do things, this is how I gauge things. If I continue to enjoy it, it continues to make me feel good. That is going to be my fuel to accomplish my goals. My goals are solely surrounded by my brand, Alpha Villains, clothing, and the content media conglomerate I would like to create. I still enjoy it. So I'm not scared of losing gas because it's my enjoyment is my fuel to accomplish my goal. You got to focus on something that you enjoy so you can continue to do it. AFI's got 9 books. I'm sure he's got 10 more in his database ready to launch in 2022. Why? Because he enjoys it. Find something that you enjoy. And then when a woman because most women are not happy with themselves, when they see the enjoyment and the passion that you have in doing your thing, she will want to be a part of that so that she can get some of that good mojo, some of that good energy. That's how you gotta be, bro.
Right, because that is women's language, is energy, and they're attracted to it. But some of them are smart enough to know that maybe they're meditate and they know that I'm attracted to energy. Some women, they know it and they accept it, but some women are just attracted to it, but they don't know what what it is. It's something about this guy, Dave and John. Those two, she hasn't made the connection that it was their energy, but it was their energy. And like I said earlier, it's the same thing. When we as men all like women, it's the same stuff that we like for the most part. Now, there's some guys who don't care about integrity and stuff like that, but those are guys who, you know, were not living good and got rich, and they're just like, I'm gonna show everybody, I'm gonna pay you back type of stuff. I don't encourage that type of behavior. I feel like, you know, if you make it, you shouldn't look down at people. You know what I'm saying? You can look up at them. You know what I'm saying? I can still see what's in front of me. You know what I mean? I don't gotta look down at you, though. But even if you in front, you still. I think you should pay attention to people who inspire you. It's like people only look at people who actually hand them things. Like, Lincoln was my favorite person because I applied for the job and he was the manager. Or if I'm playing basketball, the person who signed the contract, that's who I give it to. But I don't give the credit to who inspired the thought of even that. You know what I'm saying? Like I say, AMS, he inspired the thought, and that thought changed my life. He didn't necessarily say, Afi, let me sit down, let me change your life. Like, no, but it did though, because it changed the whole wave of what I had. A whole different plan before this, a whole different plan. And the thing, and it wasn't even like a plan like, I might as well. No, it was a plan. This is what I'm doing. It changed.
Hey, you see what he said? I want you to pay attention to that, Rob. It's about people that you admire, that you respect, that help you, seeing the greatness back in you. That should give you confidence, bro. AMS, he's one of the guys that inspired Afi on his journey. Afi had him on his birthday. It was a goal of his, and AMS doesn't do a lot of interviews, bro. And the fact that he did it on Afi's show should give Afi confidence, because at one point, and still to this day, Afi respects and admires AMS. So if you and Afi have a relationship, and you guys have a bond or what have you, and he's on your platform, it's because he sees the greatness in you. You having me on a platform, you actually have a channel, bro. I don't have a channel. I got a bootleg channel of compilations of stuff, but that's my network, right? You asking me on here gives me confidence, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because you have a channel and you have an audience that you allowing me to come on your thing. So I got confidence from you. So you see how it works, bro? Yeah. It's not about bro. It's not about women. It's about who you respect and admire, and who admires and respects you back. Yeah. That should give you confidence.
Yeah, exactly. And let me piggyback on that one, because this is imperative right here. You have to appreciate it, because everybody who sees it in you is not gonna tell you. They